Hey everyone, so today in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to border these two squares. Last week I showed you how to border these ones. These ones, these two will be similar to these ones, mainly that one will be more similar to that, because you won't have to worry too much about placing evenly placing the double crochets like you did on the half double. So now what we'll need to do is get your border colour. As you can probably already noticed already in the last few episodes, mine's, well, it probably looks like it's white in the tutorial, but it's actually cream. So once you've got it, you can pick whichever one you start off with. Doesn't matter too much. I'll start off with the treble, and I'll start off this end. Again, it doesn't matter which side you pick. So slip stitch into the top of there. Unlike on the previous one, you're just chaining one. Unlike on the previous tutorial on the half treble and the double treble, we're putting 2 doubles into the first and last stitch of the bottom and top row, and then one in between each row. And as you can see, again, I'm trying to cover my tails up. Sometimes I forget about that, so that's probably why I've still got a few tails to hide on some of my other squares. Can't remember not to pull too tight as well, because it shovels up at the end. Right, I'm at the end of the row, so I need to put 2 doubles into that space. Now, like I was saying on the last episode on the double trebles, it's the double treble, bigger the stitches, the more stitches you can fit in between each row. The double trebles, you can tend to fit 3 doubles in it. The trebles, you can fit about 2 in between each row. So what I want to do is try and put 2 doubles per treble along this row, and because we've got 6, that'll work out at 12, which is again the magic number. So evenly spaced 12. Like I said, we're putting 2 doubles per treble. We don't want them too far apart, and you don't want them too close together, because that will adjust the size of the square. But again, don't worry too much about that, because we will fix that later on when we are joining them all together. And then I'm at the bottom, so I'll put 2 into the first stitch there, and then I'm at the bottom, so I'll put 1 in every chain space along the bottom, which is quite easy to tell where you're going because you're just going opposite to the doubles, the trebles in. So that's what you're doing on this square, and I'll meet back up with you at the top of this side. So I'll meet back up with you there. Alright, so I've got back to the top, and all I did was slip stitch into the first double and turned off. So that is that one. Don't worry if it looks a bit funky. If you, mine looks a bit like tighter at the bottom and looser at the top. But don't worry too much about that. Like I said, it will square up once we've joined the squares together and put a border. That's one of the reasons why I was thinking of put a middle border in, just to help straighten it all out and even it up a bit more. So on this one, it's a similar process as the last one, and it's a similar process as the last ones, where you put two doubles in the first one and two doubles in the last one on the top and the bottom row. On this one, this is the double crochet one itself, and because there's 12 rows, you just literally put in one in every single row along, so you can easily split the 12 crochets along the edge. So what I'll do is I'll start the row off and I'll show you how to do one side, and then I'll let you loose on the rest of it by yourself. Ooh, I need to drop my hook then. So chain one, and then we're putting two doubles into that first stitch, one of which will be actually acting as your corner space. I usually do try to put two, but when I came and did my first one, when I was trying to figure this border out, it didn't quite work. Anyway, so one double in every double until you get to the last stitch where we put two in. So I'm at the last one, so we put two in to that one, like so, and then we're going to put one back into the first row, like so, and then one into the next. You can actually just take your time, and every time you see a space that looks like a row, that's where you're putting it. So that's 1, 2, 3, so that's 3 rows, that's the 4th row, there. Like so. So that's all we're doing. Trying to debate where the row is and go straight through the stitch. Or the space, if you can see a space. Without doing what I just did then, I'm bringing up some yarn from the actual stitch itself. There we go. That's one of the reasons why taking your time is quite useful. So in theory, I've got six there, which does work out because I've got 6 green rows. So that's also very helpful. So yeah, this is what you're doing for the rest of this row, and then once you've got to the bottom, which I'm nearly there. I've got 2 more rows to do. I got 1. There's the last one. Yeah, and then 2 into that stitch there, and then just work that row, this row, or this side. I keep calling them rows, but it's this side. Exactly same as this row, side. Work the same as this side, and I'll meet back up with you at the top. So once you've come to the end of the row, side, slip stitch into the first one and cut off. Like so. So that is the last border. Just chop that one off. Border that we'll need to do on the squares. So I'll meet back up with you next week, where we'll be joining these squares along with the other squares that look similar to this, working in the round ones. Yeah, we'll be putting them together. So I haven't quite decided how I'm sewing them up yet. But if you have any ideas on what you fancied, either slip stitching, single crocheting, or actually sewing them up, leave a message in the comments below. And we'll do the same for whatever we decide to do on these ones as the rest of them. I'm also going to be doing a pre-border around these ones to straighten them up a little bit once we've actually put these squares together. So I'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hope you stay safe. Bye.